Kampala, the political and business capital of Uganda. Unfortunately, we have a crumbling healthcare system. With one clinician for every 24,000 people, we have one of the worst doctor-to-patient ratios in the world. So many are turning to alternatives.
For many years, I have heard about Tian's, a Chinese company that sells health products here and around the globe. Beyond that, I haven't known much about it.
Tian's salespeople in Uganda tell patients its products can treat serious illnesses like heart disease, but in this country, it only has a license to sell food supplements. To find out how this is possible, I've been investigating the company, and it's finally led me here to one of the national promotional events for their distributors. It's not what you expect of a sales conference. Tian says its products are based on Chinese medicine, but that's barely mentioned. Perhaps because its real offering is the belief that Tian's can make you rich.
Belief is so important. Last month, our sales is very, very good. Yes or no? Yes or no? Congratulations, 4 millionaires!
在全球发展。
Tian's boasts about how it is a massive multinational Chinese company with 10,000 staff globally, and how its founder and chairman Li Jinwan is reportedly worth $1 billion. He's also been called the best boss in the world for taking thousands of his staff on holiday abroad. But Michael Halungu had a different experience. This university graduate now earns his living making soap in rural Jinja. He used to live in Uganda, but after working for Tian's for 3 years and investing everything he had, he actually lost money and was forced to leave the city.
Tian's is another form of scam opportunity. It is only a few who benefit, but the majority lose. I lost 3 to 5 million Uganda cedis.
That's just over $1,000 in a country where 80% of the population earn $40 a month. And Michael is not alone. Tian's claims to have over 5,000 distributors in Uganda, and as I found out, it constantly adds them to spend over $100 at a time on their products. So this is Mufano shopping mall in downtown Kampala, and I know that there's a Tian's shop that operates upstairs. So today I have decided to go undercover and find out how the company operates on the ground. Tian's shops often have clinics where those seeking medical help are analyzed with their so-called diagnostic machines. Even without an appointment, I'm ushered straight through to see a man called Frank and tell him I have a back problem.
Hello.
Hello.
In reality, I have recently been checked by a doctor and I am in perfect health.
My back. I need some help.
Frank gets out a diagnostic instrument Tian's calls the Aculife magnetic wave machine. He asks me to hold a metal tip in my right hand while he places another tip on the palm of my left hand. He claims the electrical shocks I feel relate to specific parts of my body. And he immediately identifies a number of serious medical problems.
So there are more than 60 diseases here. Is it there?
It's shocking.
Then the lower jaw is having a problem. The bleed is the teeth have got some problem. Both jaws have a problem.
Oh, there, yes, I feel that one.
This is your heart. Rap it heart beat, and as if it is in water or in space, and then you get heat. As at night, the whole body gets heat, and then you get frightened, and then you find that the legs get a lot of heat, and sometimes they get paralyzed when the heart pumps it, and then you develop some heart attack, some stroke, some pressure.
Am I alive?
You are right. You are,
No, I
you are
am
talking.
not.
You are talking.
Yes. You have just told me things that the other doctors have never told me.
And are they wrong or they are true? But stand.
We then move on to the treatment of my back, which involves a number of exercises, and to my surprise, some inappropriate touching on his part. My first reaction is shock, but it soon settles into disbelief that this man feels entitled to take advantage of someone who has come for help. In the end, Frank, who I later discover has no medical training whatsoever, gives me a prescription for the TN's products, which will cure my many illnesses. His qualifications for this, just 3 days of sales training by TNs. So, I've just returned from the TN's clinic, and according to the TN's clinician, I am gravely ill, and I mean gravely ill. Things that he has found. He has discovered that I've got some brain problems, I have suffered stroke, inflamed intestines. The list is endless. Luckily, there is hope. He did prescribe for me about 4 different kinds of health products that I should purchase. I needed some zinc, and here's some zinc that I did get. The total cost for the appointment and the pill is $43. That's a lot of money in Uganda, where the majority earn $2 a day. A lab confirms the pills contain zinc, but is it safe to take them? I can't find a Chinese doctor willing to speak to me in Kampala, so I contact Dr. Ting Ming Li in London. She is trained in both Chinese and Western medicine. I went to see a doctor in one of the TNC clinics, and he used the machine to diagnose me and give me all these grave illnesses that I am suffering from. How does the AccuLife magnetic wave machine work, really?
I think there's absolutely no scientific base, and I don't believe it. And I think that's impossible. You can't use such a simple machine diagnose 20, 30, almost all the condition, they can diagnose it. By the booklet I read from them, they don't need a qualification, they don't need any knowledge.
So after my diagnosis, I was prescribed medicines or health products or health supplements, but then it was not really specific. All he said was, now you need zinc, you need calcium.
Clearly, your case, it's not medicine, it's supplement, it's healthy food, and nothing which is connected with Chinese medicine, nothing is connected with medicine. It's just a business. Quite a proportion of them are dangerous for the public to use, especially minerals. I believe main purpose is for the money. I think it's really dangerous for ordinary people who's got a little bit problem to see this kind of so-called practitioner.
So TN's diagnoses are questionable, and it's speaking about what are essentially food supplements as if they can treat serious illnesses.
But in terms of the TN's model, the selling and consuming of the products is only one part of the business. The second part, and one might argue, is the most important part of the business, is the continual expansion of the vast network of distributors.
To find out how this works, I go to TN's head office in Uganda. When I first visited, I was told by the company's national chairperson, Ambrose Chibuka Mazinga, that if I have trouble paying for the products, I can work for them. So I'm going back to see if he will recruit me.
The system of marketing is not the traditional one.
Okay.
We are using network marketing or multi-level marketing.
Okay.
Whereby a person becomes a member of Tianxi, and when you become a member of Tianxi, you are called a distributor.
Okay.
At the moment, you need the $220.
$220?
$20 After that, or even as you join, you also have to bring some members in your team. Minimum 5. It's not difficult because everybody is doing it. It is very easy. And this is how the system works. And you can make money here. There's no limit as to how much money you can make. It all depends on your effort. How your team works, the more products they are able to move, the more money they get.
He's asking me to bring 5 people because this is key to TN's business model, what we had him call multi-level marketing.
Achieving your dreams is not only possible, joining TNs will give you a route map to making them reality.
Multi-level marketing companies say distributors can earn money from selling their products and from recruiting people below them. TNs dresses this up with an incredibly complex system of ranking, points and bonuses. But basically, the more people you recruit and get to pay the joining fee, the better your ranking.
The honorary ranks at the top, from Bronze Lion to Honorary Director, unlock the highest levels of reward and can be genuinely life-changing.
Everything you do flows to the person above you, known as your upline, as Michael discovered.
Right from the membership fee, coming to buy, purchasing the products, distributing the products, you are paying money to someone to allow you to become a member. After that, you go and buy products from the same person. After that, you go and distribute and bring money to the same person. The other person is just seated in one place, but you are struggling on his behalf.
Like a pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing relies on the fees of new members. What allows TNs to deny being a pyramid scheme is that the distributors are selling products. But what exactly are these products? Even TN seems unsure if they are just food supplements or medicines. Now I'm a member, I have a copy of the official TN's handbook, and there's something very interesting in the front. There is a disclaimer at the start that reads,
Tianxi Company does not make any medical claims whatsoever.
Yet this seems at odds with the diagnosis I was given by a TN's representative and what I read later in the document. Further on, the text suggests the products are indeed medically therapeutic and recommends combinations of TNC products to treat everything from HIV, cancer and cardiovascular disease to dozens of other illnesses. This seems like a curious contradiction that I need to clear up. So I go back to see Ambrose to find out what he says about the products, but he too makes some curious claims.
I think this one.
I can see pimples.
It works on the skin, it works on the brain, it works on...
What about the toothpaste?
Toothpaste you use
No more.
No more. It is also good for the skin. You can use it in the evening, say like masking. I use it after shaving myself. That's very good for HIV positive people. Generally, for boosting immune system, yes.
Okay. So do I get any training to know what I'm dealing with?
Yes, you get training.
And after spending $160 on TN's products to sell and $19 on a membership fee, he gives me a pin to show I'm a full member. I'm now a real member.
Yeah.
Wow. And before I leave the office, Ambrose gives me some tips on recruiting my own network.
Don't even tell them about TNC. You don't tell them about the name until they have come close to you. Some people may have had a negative impression through another person.
Okay.
Who probably was cheated, all this. They think the company is bad. Could be individuals,
Yes.
but not everybody. Yeah.
Like all multi-level marketing schemes, TN's has a convoluted point system for how money moves around. But I've stripped all that out to identify how much money I can make. I bought the zinc tablets for 30,000 shillings or just over $8 a bottle, and TN says I should sell them for nearly $11 a bottle and give them the markup. I was told that if I want a cut, I should charge even more, which would mean selling them for around $13 a bottle. But even if zinc is efficacious for tuberculosis and rabies, as the sales brochure suggests, anyone in Uganda could get zinc tablets from a regular pharmacy for much less. For example, I bought these zinc tablets for just $1.50. The high price of the products was one of the problems Michael faced. He sold all his assets, including a laptop, a sofa, and his goats to invest in TN's products, but never got the promised return.
I want you to admit to the fact that there is poverty in this country. If someone can not even raise 2,000 to buy food for his own family, do you think that person will be able to buy a toothpaste of 30,000? It simply means that the customers are there, but they don't have money to buy the products.
We tried door to door, to friends, members of the family, to anyone. However, the money that I invested was not recovered.
If it's this difficult to make money, why do people do it? Ambrose has suggested I should attend the weekly training seminar, so maybe the answer is there. I go along to the first one. There's a lot about self-belief, but very little about how to diagnose people, or even how to make your million.
Isn't about comparing yourself to others.
Over the next 4 weeks, I attend the so-called training sessions, and it begins to become clear what role they play. If the products are too expensive to easily sell, why do people invest in them? Part of the answer seems to lie in this constant process of telling people they'll become rich. Posing as journalists looking at business enterprise in Africa, we managed to get our main camera into a training session.
Let's go to 7. Let's go to 6.
Yes, I'm happy to be here with you, and we're going to look at how we can become millionaires. Okay? I am a winner. I am a winner. I am good, better than the best. I am good, better than the best. Then ask you, clap for yourself.
The billionaire company leader is used as a motivational tool, as are the other successful distributors who supposedly earned enough points for a car. Other incentives are luxury yachts and foreign holidays. The training sessions are also used to counter all the arguments against investing in TNs. So, when friends and family warn you off, these recruits are told, drop them.
Look at your friends. How are they? Are they successful? Are they fighting to see how they are going to get into their success? If not, those are not the right friends to keep.
And for those struggling to make money with overpriced products or recruiting other members, TNs turns the problem back on the distributors and encourages them to blame themselves.
But if you die poor, that is your fault, because you have gotten the opportunity. You either choose to make money or excuses.
And for those questioning the products, they have this demonstration.
So TNs is trying now to help us live long enough to fight cancer-related problems, diabetes, make it strong, eh? I'm only using this hand,
But after they've given him some TN's pills,
after taking within these few seconds, now, see this gentleman has power.
Michael confirms that this constant reinforcement made it hard to see the cold, hard economics of how difficult it is to make any money selling TN's products.
You can only know the truth when you're out. After seeing light, you can even ask yourself, why did I waste all this time? When it is too late. But while in that dark, the people you are with in that dark don't tell you the truth also.
So you are always blindfolded.
Because in a multi-level marketing scheme, the money travels upwards, the ones doing well are the ones who got in early. Amos Samuel Chizito joined the company in 2004 and is now one of the top distributors in Uganda. He says he has more than 50 distributors beneath him who also have top rankings. But like much of what I've discovered in this investigation, his explanation of how it works seems almost perversely confusing.
There's a small animal which I can learn from. It's called spider. Spider, for it makes a web, whereby all the insects comes there. But most of the majority, people who are under employment sector, they are like lions. Whenever they feel hungry, they go to hunt. So that is the same thing we do in network marketing. You build a network.
I was introduced to TNs as a healthcare company that diagnosed me as being very sick and sold me products to help cure serious medical conditions like heart disease and stroke. Then a real doctor told us the diagnoses were medically invalid and the products were just food supplements. The prices are so high it's impossible for distributors to earn a living, and we met Michael, who lost his life savings to TNs. This is made possible by the clever persuasion tactics of the weekly training sessions. And it is these tactics, taken to a new evangelical level, that we see at the bigger nationwide events, where I've come to put all this to the head of TNs Africa.
What I'm asking is, currently in Uganda, we have some of your distributors who call people out and then check their palms with this small gadget. And then they tell them, you are sick, this is your condition, your liver has a problem. How can you trust that these people who are diagnosing actually have expertise to operate these gadgets?
这个是我们有很多的器械方面是辅助里的治疗的，能检测出来的很多的，这些都是我们要对我们的所有的经销商伙伴们要经过专业的培训，然后只有把他们培训会了，他们才能更好的使用我们的产品。 而且要教正确的，做正确的，然后他才能宣传正确的。
Everyone comes here thinking they're going to be a millionaire. Does this actually happen?
要坚持的去持之以恒的去做这种事，不是一加入就能成为百万富翁。
When you look at the people who come for the trainings, some of the members, the majority of them, they really look like they're struggling financially. They come from not well-to-do families. Don't you think you are psychologically playing with their heads?
但是天时也有很多人，就是你说的这样的穷人，但是他们经过了持之以恒的跟随天时，相信天时，最终也是获得了相应的财富。相信是成功的开始。 坚持是成功的终点。
TNs maintains it offers a rags to riches dream for those who believe. But we've seen the reality of a business model that makes promises of riches while actually costing distributors money and only functions through psychological manipulation like this.
Actually, the situation by the time I left was a miserable one. If the income that you're getting cannot sustain you, after wasting resources and injecting resources into the business, and the returns are not there, how do you explain that situation when you are leaving?
Uganda's National Drug Authority are investigating the magnetic wave diagnosis machine and told us food supplement suppliers should not make any claims about the medical benefits of their products.
Are you happy?
Other countries have expressed concern about the company's multi-level marketing practices. For now, though, little seems to dampen the enthusiasm of its sales recruits. I can only wonder how long that will last.
We contacted Ambrose Mazinga and Frank Makumbi to see if they wished to respond to issues raised by this film. Neither replied. We did receive a further statement from TN's head office in Kampala. The company denied having any clinics or clinical practitioners and said,
"The ones you came across are possibly masqueraders."
It denied claiming
to have a machine that can diagnose a wide range of ailments, including AIDS,
though it concedes such claims might have been made
by perpetrators for selfish gains.
The statement described Mr. Ambrose Mazinga as
liable for whatever he said,
but said that he was
no longer a Tien's distributor.
The company agreed that its
toothpaste does not treat HIV, and zinc capsules are not known to cure skin conditions,
but then added that its products
prevent particular illnesses and provide relief to others like HIV.
It said it wasn't aware of the documents that we'd obtained from its head office, but said that its literature only uses words such as
prevent, help, manage, delay, reduce, improve,
and doesn't use the word cure. Lastly, the company defended its multi-level marketing scheme and said that it had testimonies of people who had
risen from rags to riches after engaging in Tien's business.